Even like simple stuff like food and clothing were also like being considered like a luxury. So we wouldn't even think about having access, to latest technologies. We are Pussykrew. I'm Ewelina.
I'm Andrzej.
We are coming from Poland. Right now we are based in New York. Our studio is at New Ink. And we are immersive media directors and artists.
We met together in Dublin, Ireland, where we had normal jobs, normal day jobs. Then we moved together to Newcastle upon Tyne, where we studied a Master of Research in Digital Media. After that, we decided to take a break from academia forever. We moved to Berlin, from Berlin to Brussels, from Brussels to Shanghai, from Shanghai to LA, and now we are here.
Our background is in fine art because this is what we've been studying, both of us in Poland, and now studying fashion design. When we met, we started to do a lot of like film work together, and it was very DIY. But both of us, because we are coming from a place where not so much technology and film and media stuff was accessible. The only thing that was probably most accessible was like club culture and music. And this is how actually we started to learn about culture in general. So when we started to collaborate, it was mostly like audiovisual performances and short video forms. And then by learning and getting more and more access to digital media, we started experimenting with more different kind of areas of art. And the things that we felt like we are not able to do in live action, computer-generated work allowed us to have like more possibilities and create the worlds that we always wanted to create. We are completely self-taught with every area of digital media, and including CGI. But yeah, when we started, that was around 2012 when we fully started to roll with 3D work. And from there, we very fluidly kind of went into VR and AR.
Our peers were telling us that they would like to touch our CGI work, that it feels very tactile, and this is one of their dreams. So that's the reason why actually we moved into 3D printing. And then I think when we went back to screen-based work and time-based work, people start saying that they would love to live in our environments forever. And I think this is actually what drew us into VR, which actually for us was really natural progression.
We were building this language since we started to collaborate, and we felt even when the media was changing, the topics and the fascinations in our work are the same. So it's always exploration of the body, technology, identity, gender, and this is what we've been exploring in our work since the beginning. But right now we have actually possibility to express it via new media, which is VR, AR, XR, and this adds like another dimension to this work. Both of us, we are born in the 80s, and it was a time in Poland where even like simple stuff like food and clothing were being considered like a luxury. So we wouldn't even think about having access, to latest technologies.
My mom had to like save, I think, for 18 years for me to be able to buy like a first laptop, which I got like around 2004.
Well, we didn't really have access to a lot of funding. And the only way how we could do things is, learn how to do them ourselves. That's why maybe it's very unusual, but we are also directors, but we are also VR developers at the same time and CGI artists. So we sort of create the whole spectrum of work ourselves, and we are the initiators of the whole process usually. And
it's how we do things is very often part of our process, that we just trying to adapt and learn a lot to be able to convey our message in the better way. So this is like I think a dialogue between how to be a good craftsman and how to be an artist, and just kind of join these both roles together and have the balance. Because I think we are one of the rare examples that we don't really delegate our creative work to others, and we don't really delegate our creative vision to other people to execute, and we try to always do it ourselves. And I think this is actually the reason why our creative language is so strong. We see ourselves as a catalyst or facilitators, and we kind of try to always to meet at find the common ground, and then use our aesthetics just to embrace and elevate other people's stories. So, I mean, the only thing we do is basically put the story via our lens, but lens of our creative language. So it's not that we want to influence the story directly. It's just give it the kind of Pussykrew
I
stamp
mean,
or Pussykrew
these
twist.
stories,
But
I feel like these stories are always connected to our personal stories. So they are kind of intersecting, and this is why they feel authentic. And this is how we actually are able to translate, anything in VR, AR, or immersive media or film.
We don't try to own the story. So is that somebody's, experience? We just try to make it stronger and then maybe sometimes show in a different light, but we never try to appropriate anything. And I think this is always our intention. The last thing we want is to reinforce the status quo, or reinforce the images that don't really serve, they don't have positive impact, because we learned that actually to change things around, you have to give like positive examples.
I guess the last stories in VR that we want to see is the stories who victimize people. I think there needs to be more stories that embrace and empower people and present them in a very positive light and present them as like being in power of their own destiny. So these are the VR works that we are looking forward.